Sometimes, love is not about being together. It is about remembering, waiting, and hoping. This is the story of a 65-year-old grandma who lives alone in a poor little house far from her family. Her children live in a busy town, chasing their dreams, while she waits in silence, missing their laughter. It is a story about love, distance, and the strength of a mother's heart. The morning sun rose slowly over the small village. Inside a tiny old house with broken windows and faded walls, Grandma Rose woke up to the sound of birds. She was 65 years old, her hair white like snow, her hands thin and tired, but her heart still full of love. She sat up on her small wooden bed and looked at the empty room. The wind came through the window, moving the curtain gently. On the table, there were 2 old photographs, one of her son, Mark, and one of her daughter, Emma. Both lived far away in the town. She smiled softly and whispered, "Good morning, my children. I hope you are happy today." Every morning, Grandma Rose talked to their pictures. It was her way of feeling close to them. She missed their voices, their laughter, the noise of family life. Now, only silence filled the house. The roof leaked when it rained, and the floor made small creaks when she walked. Still, she loved her little home. It was the same house where she had raised her children with her husband many years ago. He had passed away long ago, and since then, life had become harder. Rose went to the kitchen and made a cup of tea. There was not much food, just a few pieces of bread and some rice she saved from yesterday. But she never complained. She always said, "God gives enough to live." As she sat with her tea, she remembered the time when the house was full of life, when Mark used to run around with his toy car, and Emma helped her in the garden, laughing and singing. A tear rolled down her cheek. "They are grown up now," she whispered. "They have their own lives. That's how life goes." In the afternoon, she went outside and sat under the big mango tree near her house. The tree was old, just like her, but it still gave fruit every summer. She looked at the road that led to the town. Every sound of a motorbike or a car made her heart jump. She thought maybe her children were coming, but they never did. She still remembered the last time they visited. It was almost a year ago. Mark had brought new clothes for her, and Emma had cooked her favorite dish. They had promised to come again soon. But life in the town was busy, and promises faded like dry leaves in the wind. One evening, Grandma Rose sat by the window with her old oil lamp. The light flickered softly. She took a small piece of paper and began to write. "My dear children, I miss you every day. I know you are working hard, and I am proud of you. I don't need anything, just your voice, your smile. Call me sometimes. It makes my world bright again. With love, Mom." She folded the letter and kept it under her pillow. She knew she might never send it, but writing it made her heart lighter. Days passed. Sometimes, she visited her neighbor, Mrs. Kelly, who often shared vegetables from her garden. They sat together and talked about their children, their memories, and their hopes. One afternoon, while Rose was watering her small plants, a postman came to her door. "A letter for you, ma'am," he said kindly. Her hands trembled as she opened it. It was from Emma. "Dear Mom, I am sorry for not visiting. Work has been busy, but I think of you every single day. Mark and I plan to come next month. We love you very much. Please take care." Tears filled Grandma's eyes, but this time they were tears of joy. She held the letter close to her heart and whispered, "Thank you, God." That night, she cooked a small meal and lit a candle beside her children's photos. The house still looked poor and old, but her heart was rich with happiness. She said softly, "Love can travel through letters, through wind, through time. Even if we are far, our hearts stay close." From that day, Grandma Rose began to smile more. She cleaned the house, fixed the garden, and prepared small gifts for when her children would visit. The hope inside her heart was stronger than loneliness. One morning, when the sun was shining bright, she heard a familiar sound outside, a car stopping near her gate. She looked out and saw Mark and Emma getting out, holding flowers and smiling. "Mom!" they shouted, running toward her. Rose's eyes filled with tears as she opened her arms. "My babies," she said softly, hugging them tightly. The little house, which had been quiet for so long, was once again filled with laughter and love. Life can be hard, and sometimes we feel forgotten. But love always finds its way back, through a letter, a voice, or a visit. Even when you feel alone, never stop believing that someone, somewhere, loves and remembers you. Distance can keep people apart, but love keeps hearts together forever.